We are in the second week of the book of Vayikra according to the 1 year cycle of the reading of the Torah. And we are right now in the second portion. It's called Tzav, the Parashat Tzav, and it's command us. He commands us, and sometimes creates a little bit of confusion about this wonderful gift that I have been talking to you in other occasions about Bechira Hofshi, the idea of the free will. Because sometimes we confuse about orders or giving us a commandment that is limiting our free will. You know, we couldn't receive an order if we don't have free will. Because the will, he didn't need to give us an order because it was already immediately accepted that whatever the master say, we need to do it. But here, there is an idea about responsibility, be responsible and to respond to the Creator's calling to us. Do you remember I said to you last week about this book in the Hebrew is called Vayikra, that everybody knows as Leviticus, or in the rabbinical understanding we know as the Hasefer Kohenim, the book of the priest. But really, it's not especially about priesthood, but it's more special about service and coming to the Creator and to have a relationship with Him. And it's talking about community. It's talking about all together we participate. What we are doing here in this Shabbat, we are all together participating. It's not only one person more important than the other. Each one has a very special function in the community. But the Creator, in this second portion, is going to repeat similar to what he already did in the first portion, talking about the korbanot, the offerings. I don't know if you put attention when I say korbanot offerings. I never say korbanot sacrifices, because there is another word for sacrifice, and it's used to. But we need to take away this idea, this pagan idea about what a korbanot is and what an offering is. Because, you know, there are many civilizations who believe it in sacrifices. And they gave sacrifices to their gods to appease them. But the Torah teaches you in totally different way and in totally different sense. And you have been carefully reading this portion. The second giving is the mincha, the second korbanot, no? And the mincha is the dry, the dry offerings. And here also, they use that we want to give it to the Creator as an olah, as what is translated as a burning offering, and is called, okay, reach nihoyach, you know. And these two words, reach nihoyach, is very interesting because come from two words, reach from ruach, you know what ruach is, you know, the spirit, and nihoyach come from the word nahon, that means certain, yes, good, you know, accepted. Then now you have an idea. Is a spiritual thing that we give it to the Creator and it's accepted. Now, because we cannot go back 4,000 years, no, and to understand the psyche, the mentality of that time, because at that time the Creator spoke to these people in their language and in their consciousness or in their understanding. Today, the Creator is speaking to us with the same Torah, but to our understanding today. You know, you you can think, and sometimes there are religions, by the way, that they teach you that the creator, the God, is a bloodthirsty God. And the only way that you can placate his wrath against the disobedience of us is with blood. And, and becomes everything very bloody. And even there is a misunderstanding that they say that without blood, there is no forgiveness of sin. It's totally taken out of context what the scriptures are talking about. But this is the problem when we read theology and we don't read the scriptures. And we need to understand something. The Creator didn't teach us theology. He gave us the Torah. And here in this portion, the word Torah is repeated several times. And different type of Torah. Torah for the Mincha, Torah for the Shelamim, Torah. The Torah means the principles or instructions that the Creator is giving to us, how to do certain things. But it's so obvious that sometimes we become so fanatic sometimes, or so legalistic, because this is the term that conducts us to misunderstanding. We become literalist. We read, and what we read is the Word of God without having an understanding what the Word of God is trying to tell us. And we need to understand also the time that we're giving, and to whom they were giving, and why was giving in that way, why the Creator spoke in that way to his people. As I have told you just before, they were coming from a situation in where they were totally oppressed, and they were totally subject to a religion that was pagan religion, and they didn't have a choice. Now the Creator is giving them the opportunity to start learning to think for themselves. That's a Bechirah Hoshib. Bechirah Hoshib brings to you something very important, and the word is responsibility. If we are not responsible for our own acts, who is going to be responsible for them? And usually, all the religions, they teach you, don't worry, you can do something wrong, but somebody else is going to pay for what you did. And this is the idea about how the korbanot, the gift, or the offering that we bring to the Creator has been understood. I did something wrong, and because I did something wrong, I want to gain the good side of the Creator. Then what I do, I buy him. I give it something under the table. In that way, he's going to be nice to me. I am buying God. And we have read in the Haftorah, the word of Malachi, who's telling us that's not the way. And your sacrifices, your korbanot, your offering, whatever you give it to me, that won't impress me. Because what? He knows our kavanah. He knows our intentions. Then we are really in a futile, I would say this, enactment that I am trying to deceive the Creator by showing something that I am not. Like he doesn't know who we are. Then, in this second portion, he is going to be very clear with the Kohanim, with the priesthood. They are the ones that they are the servants of the people of Israel, but also they are the teachers. And he is going to demand on them more than anybody else. Have you heard that statement? More is given to you, more is required from you. If you are in a position of leadership, it requires more than somebody who doesn't have that position. We can see that with Moshe Rabbeinu. When the Creator called him to be the leader, to lead Israel, He said, choose somebody else. And all of us, we are in that situation. The Creator called us, and we want to wash our hands and say, choose somebody else. I don't want to take care of that responsibility. But we cannot run away from Him. And when He called you, He give you also the backing. He give you the instrument that you need. And we are talking about that the Creator is the one that's over all of us. But at the same time, recognition toward Him is important in the right way. I have been speaking to you for many years about the difference between being religious than to have a relationship with the Creator. Most of us, believe me or not, we are religious. What I'm trying to tell you. We follow forms. We follow ways instead to develop a true and honest relationship with the Creator and with the people around us. We work all the time with a facade, and we try to impress others. But then we are uncovered by the Creator. They take this mask that we wear, and He shows who we really are. Now, I was talking in the earlier about how to come to the Creator. And why do we need to come on Shabbat well dressed, for example, presentable? Because we are going to see the King. That is like similar when I say, if you go to a wedding, you want to dress well, to be presentable. That's the Creator needs that you are very well dressed. He's not impressed about that. Why? Because He knows you exactly who you are. He knows you from within. He knows you better than you know yourself. It's not about impressing Him, but it's just the opposite. It's about your attitude, your intentions, to show Him who you are in reference to Him, that you have a reverence and a respect for Him. When we treat our parents, we need to treat our parents with respect and reverence. When we deal with somebody who is superior to us, who has a position higher than us, we treat him with reverence, with respect. Well, cannot we do that? We are Creator. Then these korbanot were an expression of us acknowledging the great Creator, the Borei Olam, and being grateful for everything that He has done. And when we have there were two areas in this korbanot. One was mere acknowledgement, the Olam, about how supreme and great God He was. Then there were other types. One, to see that I failed you. Oh my God. I didn't realize I did something wrong, but now I recognize it. And I acknowledge. That is the head. It's translated as the sin offering, but it really is the word is not sin. The word is missing the target. And the other one that is also very sometimes misunderstood is the korbanot asham, the guilt offering. And this guilt offering is about that I did something but I don't feel right. I want to give you a simple example that happened to me, by the way, as a guilt offering. We say that we Jewish people, if we don't have guilt, we buy it. We are like that. But one day, I was driving my car for going to the congregation. And that was Shabbat, and there was a man in the street asking for money. And I say to myself, calling them out, I say, no, it's Shabbat, I don't use money. And I pass. And as soon as I did that, I feel such a guilt that I couldn't take it because I was feeling holier than thou. And I could give it to him something. That was Shabbat. And where did you do more? To worship Shabbat. But I was being religious. I learned my lesson. After that, I started keeping some money in my car, and every time they see somebody, I open immediately and I give it. I don't want to be any longer guilt of that. And that was a sham offering I offered to them. Then every korbanot is an offering that we give. And you know what we call a sacrifice? Because most of the time, the idea of sacrifice has a totally different direction in theology. But sacrifice, the sabach, in the Hebrew language, is when you kill the animal or when you give something to the Lord. And what you're saying is, I am sharing something that's very personal to me with the Creator and how do you serve the Creator? How do you serve the Creator? What is the avodat, the mishkan, the service in the temple? You know, people think it's only worshiping God, but the real avodah service is when you service one of your neighbors, one of your people around you, because all these people are part of God's creation. And there is no difference. When somebody is in need, we help. And helping these people, we are doing a korbanot gift, and we are giving to the Lord. Well, what I wanted to bring to you is to understand that today we do not have a Beit Mikdash, a temple. You know, we don't have sacrifices or killing animals. No, and we do not understand why. And sometimes we go to the position that there are groups of people that want to rebuild the temple, to restart the sacrifices. And they say, some of our sages, they tell us that once the temple is rebuilt, the only korbanot that is going to exist is the shelamim, the Torah. And it's interesting because that's the giving thanks to the Creator, no anymore, because all of us, we are going to be purified by the Creator. But what is so important to understand about these ideas that we are developing with this teaching that the Torah is giving us in this book? It's giving us the understanding about the wholeness of the Creator, how great He is, and how we need to respond to Him, each one of us in a personal relationship. If we respond as unity, we become as people, and this is we form the community. Serving the Creator is serving the community, is not serving yourself. That's the true korbanot. That's the true sacrifices that you give to the Creator. Our sages, Yochanan ben Zakkai, the rabbi who took over after the destruction of the Beit Mikdash, you know, when he started forming the ideas and the need to replace these korbanots and these sacrifices that were given in the temple, he brought this idea about from the Torah, from the prophets. And the idea was always about no any longer the Creator wants sacrifices. You know, in the book of Isaiah, Hosea, I'm sorry, first they say in 6 verse in 6:6 say, For I desire mercy and no sacrifices, and the knowledge of God rather than the burnt offerings. And what he's telling us is that is what, what the Creator wants for us is a commitment to other people, to help other people. He is not interested in how much blood do we shed, but he in the knowledge of God. What I mean in the knowledge of God? To have a relationship with Him. You know, it's very interesting, the word knowledge, because it comes from the word Judea, and you know what it means. And that means intimate relationship between husband and wife, to know each other very deeply. And this knowledge, it is in a sense that there is no separation, and that we are together, and that we share each other. And when you have a knowledge of the Creator, you share with Him, and He share with you. And this is the relationship. In Yeshayahu, Hanabi, the prophet Isaiah, in 1:11, he say, "To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, say the Lord? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams, and the fat of the fed beast, and I delight not in the blood of the bullocks or in the lambs of the he goats." And we have made we have theologized about this in such a way that we have impregnated the people with this idea that there is no blood. If there is no killing, if there is no somebody who died, I cannot receive forgiveness for my sins. And the Creator Himself tells us in this beginning of the chapter that there is no any type of korbanot or offering for a purposely sin. There is nothing that you can do. There is only one way. Let me tell you, you don't need to rediscover the Word of God, only you need to see what the Word of God says. Psalms 51:17, I like it, this one. I think in the Christian Bible is 17:18. You say, no, I think in the Christian Bible is 17. When he say, and let me find it for you, because Peggy, can you find Psalms 51:18 in the Christian Bible, in the Jewish Bible? Psalms 51. Go up. 18. For you do not delight in sacrifices, else I will give it to you. You have no pleasure in burnt offerings. Verse 19. This is very important. The sacrifices of God, okay, Sifhei of God, is a broken spirit, a contrite heart. That's the food that you don't despise. You're going to see that when you get out of the theology and you go back to the scriptures, you are going to understand in a better way that what the Creator is looking for you and me is a relationship, and that we need to be together on this. Stop to be religious. What is a religious person? A religious person is the one that dresses and puts some kind of mask, cosmetic or whatever, and perform externally for others. But a true believer is the one that has a personal relationship with the Creator. Ani Yodea, I know Him in such a way that we can talk in a very intimate way. Let me put all this together, what I have been trying to tell you. Right now, we are going through times that are difficult, and you are hearing through the news a lot of things. Sometimes they're true, sometimes light. There is all type of news, and depending which news do you hear and who that news don't like it or dislike it, they're going to talk bad about this or about that. And sometimes you're confused what to believe, what is happening. One thing that we know is that there is a disease that is very contagious. It's a plague. And that we need to be careful. We have learned that the transmission is through the breath, to the particulars that come out of your mouth, or you sneezing or coughing, and goes in the air. And that goes to the surface of anything and lasts for a period of time. And the only way that you can be contagious to obtain that disease is that somebody breathe over your face, cough over your face, or you touch something that was contaminated, and you touch your face, your mouth, your nose, or your eyes. There need to be a direct contact. Then, simple things you need to take care of. The Torah teaches simple things, teaches principles, give us instructions. The Creator has given to us human beings, He has been given knowledge and understanding. And if we are explained in a very simple way how we need to take care of ourselves, and we are disobedient, not doing that, what we can expect to happen to us. And this is the reason why we're in such pandemic situation, because most of the people who didn't take it seriously enough, and they didn't want to follow simple instructions. We become very rebels. Sadly enough, I'm going to tell you, my people, especially the Hasidim, the ultra-religious, ultra-orthodox, they don't want to obey. They don't want to follow the rules. And look at what is happening. They're getting worse and worse. And that's not to be smart. The Creator gave knowledge to His people, gave intelligence. He created doctors, nurses, a special practitioners. Why? Because He gave us to all of us a way to combat and to be a society, a community. But if we disobey the basic principles, what do we have? Chaos, destruction. Now let me bring you to the basic 10 commandments. Occupy everything and develop everything. If you are disobedient and you do not follow the instructions of our Creator, what you are doing is bringing the epidemic bigger. The pandemic is going to increase. And you are going to be part of those who are condemning the rest. Your own selfishness, your kind of attitude that I don't care what happened to others, is going to create a problem to you and to others, and even to those who are close to you. Now I wonder I wonder you see this because it's very important. On Wednesday evening, we are going to celebrate Pesach. And we have this Shabbat is Shabbat Hagadol, a great Shabbat. A Shabbat that brings us to the moment that we commemorate the time of the liberation of Israel from oppression. And one of the things that in this portion, I don't know if you read it carefully, this portion, they say that the grain offerings cannot have leaven, chametz. Okay? And in this is what we call it, this offering of Pesach is called a Shelamin Todah. It is an offering, a korbanot of thanksgiving to our Creator. It is not an offering to forgive sins at all. Not because you celebrate Pesach, you think your sins are forgiven. This is another idea that is being taught, have been theologized. This is a Shelamin Todah. Is a korbanot. It is an offering of thanksgiving. And what he's trying to tell us, why no chametz? You know, chametz, yes, brings a lot of flavor, brings a pop-off, you know, a lot of pride. Look at how great I am. But I also make you feel like you are the center of the universe. And what the Creator says is totally the contrary. We need to humble ourselves before Him. And we need to be open to accept sometimes a rebuke for our own actions. And this is the time of Teshuvah, to return to Him. It is my prayer that all of you, and this Pesach, will celebrate with your family. And I hope that you can participate with us too, because that will be a wonderful time to be community again. Even though we are virtual community, we are part of the same people. We're the people of God. Shabbat shalom to all of you.